felt bad about what I did.
Guilt or remorse can be a beautiful, healthy thing. You need to recognize, I want to be better than this behavior, so I'm going to make things right.
Good people make me insecure.
It's not just learning the ethics lessons. All of these mistakes are what has made her who she is.
The only way to save the world is you, a girl from Arizona.
I cannot do this.
Eleanor, you're the only one who can do this.
And I just love watching Eleanor grow. I also love that she's still Eleanor.
Being good is for suckers. What do you even get out of it?
A feeling of fulfillment in your soul.
Gross.
Hello and welcome to Cinema Therapy. I'm Jonathan Decker, licensed therapist who loves movies. This is
Alan Seawright, a professional filmmaker who needs therapy.
And today we're going to continue our exploration of the most therapeutic TV show ever created. Well, it's neck and neck with Ted Lasso. It's right there.
You still haven't seen Shrinking.
Okay.
But they're all, listen,
they're all
that's
good,
the holy triumvirate.
But we're going to be taking a look at Eleanor Shellstrop, an Arizona dirtbag, just like me, and her journey from selfishness to altruism, and from avoiding responsibility to stepping into leadership.
Are you sure this isn't you?
Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure I wasn't a death row lawyer who collected clown paintings and rescued orphans. They got my name right, but nothing else. I mean, somebody royally forked up. Somebody forked up. Why can't I say fork?
If you're trying to curse, you can't hear. I guess a lot of people in this neighborhood don't like it, so it's prohibited.
That's bullshit.
So, if you're not this person, then who are you? What did you do for a living?
I was in sales.
Not subtle commentary with the swearing about American television standards.
This at seniors. Now, you can't legally call it medicine because it doesn't technically work. And it is technically chalk. So what you're
You
going to
need
want
me
to
to
do...
lie to old people and scare them into buying fake medicine. I get it, man. Which one's my desk?
So, your job was to defraud the elderly. Sorry, the sick and elderly.
But I was very good at it. I was the top salesperson 5 years running.
Okay, but that's worse. I mean, you do get how that's worse, right?
Eleanor starts her journey wanting to avoid consequences.
Yeah.
She made it to heaven. She realizes she doesn't belong in heaven, but she wants to stay in heaven and avoid the consequences of her actions on earth.
Of course.
So she ropes in Chidi, who's an ethics professor, commits him to never betraying her, and then immediately gets him to betray his values and principles, because now he has to keep a secret and he has to lie.
Yep.
All out of self-preservation. Not off to a great start, but that's why it's called the character arc. Yay!
That's right. If you start in a good place and end in a good place, it's
Just the good place. And this is as good a time as any to say, if you haven't watched this show, we're going to be talking spoilers. Stop.
Stop it.
Watch The Good Place.
Get some help.
I cannot recommend highly enough. Your life will improve from
Actually,
watching
yeah.
this show.
Yeah.
It will make you a better person. Also, you will laugh so hard that you'll pee your pants.
I think I just peed a little.
Folks, when was the last time you needed to go to the doctor, but you just pushed it off?
You made the excuse, I'm too busy trying to learn about human ethics.
Or this lava demon burn will just heal on its own.
Or, I don't know which doctor in the bad place I'm supposed to visit.
Bad place bureaucracy is the worst.
Booking a doctor's appointment can feel as daunting as scoring enough points to get yourself into the good place.
But thanks to ZocDoc, there's no reason to delay.
They make it so easy to find and book a doctor who's right for you.
ZocDoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality in-network doctors and click instantly to book an appointment.
It's faster than having Janet summon you some shrimp. Thanks, Janet.
Aw, I wanted some shrimp. We're talking about in-network appointments with over 100,000 healthcare providers across every specialty.
From mental health to dental health, eye care to skin care, and much more.
And when you're searching for a doctor, you can filter for ones who take your insurance, are located near you, and who treat basically any condition that you're searching for.
You can also see their actual appointment openings
Choose a time slot that works for you.
and click to instantly book a visit.
Plus, ZocDoc appointments happen fast, typically within 24 to 72 hours of booking.
You can even score same-day appointments. It's forking amazing. Forking amazing. Fork. Fork. What? Fork.
Yeah, it's the new profanity filter.
Oh, YouTube.
If, and frankly, when I need to find a doctor, because I ain't getting any younger, I'm going to use
Grim!
I'm going to use ZocDoc to find and book a qualified, top-rated clinician near me.
So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to ZocDoc.com/cinematherapy to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today.
That's ZocDoc.com/cinematherapy.
ZocDoc.com/cinematherapy. Holy motherforking shirtballs.
So she
What are you
made a big
doing?
trash mess.
I
It's a long story.
went to all the places where I dumped trash earlier and cleaned it up so it couldn't be traced back to me.
Well, it looks like you cleaned up everything. You're doing this because you feel bad. And you're not even doing it to get me to help you anymore because I told you that's not gonna happen.
Okay, yeah, fine. I felt bad for stupid Gunnar and stupider Antonio and the whole neighborhood. I felt bad about what I did. It was a weird feeling. Not used to it, didn't love it.
Feeling remorse about being wrong isn't as good as just doing something right, but it's a start. Look, I think you're capable of change. And I will help you try.
Oh, wow, man, I swear I won't let you down.
Hi there. I've collected the worst smelling garbage that I could find. Do you still want me to dump it inside of Antonio's house?
What? No, I did not tell you to do that. You are loco, girlfriend. Okay, I won't let you down starting now.
I watched this entire series trying to find an acting choice by Kristen Bell that was the wrong one, and I couldn't find it.
Are you making a move on me?
You can't do it.
Yeah.
I argue you can't find an acting choice by Kristen Bell in her career that's the wrong one.
Wow. She's so good at what she does, especially in this character. She's got such a handle on who Eleanor is and who she is becoming and where she's going to end up.
No der. That's why I'm doing it.
I just think it's so much fun because her choices are hilarious, but they also inform the character. It's never just her being funny. It's
Right.
always something that Eleanor would say or do.
You basic.
Here, Eleanor is experiencing remorse, aka guilt, for her actions. She doesn't want to use the word guilt. She's trying to stay as far away from it as possible.
After sad?
You did a thing and you're sad after it? After sad? Is that? No.
Well, but you all have heard me say this. Guilt or remorse can be a beautiful, healthy thing.
Yeah.
It needs to be about a behavior, not about your identity as a person. You need to recognize, I want to be better than this behavior, so I'm going to make things right. And then once you do, it's time to leave that feeling behind, which is one of Eleanor's strengths. She's not in a hurry to feel guilt, so she'd like to get rid of it as quickly as
She's
possible.
very good at getting rid of that feeling.
Yeah, she doesn't marinate in that.
Good people make me insecure. When I'm around someone who I think is better than me, I try and drag them down to my level. That's why perfect Tahani is like my kryptonite.
Well, even admitting that is an important step. And also, maybe don't listen to me.
I would love not to listen to you. Wait, what?
Basically, my life's work is 3,600 pages of garbage. Even Michael couldn't understand it.
So? What does Michael know?
Everything. That's my point. He knows everything, and it was too convoluted, even for him.
Michael does not know everything. Michael does not know I'm not supposed to be here. You wrote 4,000 pages on one of the most complicated subjects in the world. I mean, I used to get bored halfway through writing a text message. Be proud.
That hit close to home.
Yeah, I was gonna say the ADHD is strong with that joke. Two things in this clip that I really love. The first is self-awareness,
Yeah.
right? I keep referring to this great line in the Loki series, I know what I did, I know why I did it, and I'm not that person anymore. In Eleanor's case, she's still that person, but she's transitioning out of it.
Yes.
But the still the energy of I know what I did and I know why I did it. She was rude to Tahani, another resident of the good place. And she kept acting like Tahani was the problem, and now she's realizing, no, it's me. It's my insecurity. Good people make me feel insecure, so I need to take them down a peg. And then she does the second thing, which is she gives Chidi encouragement and support for no reason other than just to do the right thing by him.
Yeah.
He's already her instructor. They're not romantically involved. She gets nothing from encouraging and supporting him and cheering him up other than just she cares about him and it's the right thing to do. And this is a big step for her.
Big step.
They could have done this two ways. They could have had her recognize it and draw attention to it and be like, look at me, which would have been a very
That
Eleanor
would have
thing
been
to do.
very on point, honestly.
It's even more powerful that it's just happening organically, and she's not even aware of all of the changes that are happening within her.
But Chidi is.
Yeah.
She walks off and he gives a look like, oh, I know what's going on here.
And this is something that a good therapist does. Sometimes it's hard for people to see their own growth and progress, generally because they're being too hard on themselves and they're focused on the negative. So to have somebody say, look at how far you've come. This is where you were. This is what I'm seeing now. It's a big deal. And then letting them really feel that, what I call righteous pride, right? That sense of, it's not the pride that I'm better than somebody else. It's just, I like who I'm becoming and what I'm doing.
Yeah. If you're liking this episode, we have another one on our channel, but we also have an exclusive episode only on our Patreon. It's about found family. Jono gives family therapy to the Afterlife crew. It's great. Check it out on our Patreon. And you can get an extended director's cut of this with no commercials. It's way longer and more insightful.
It also means that the problems in this neighborhood are not 100% my fault. There is something else at work.
Eleanor would normally
If anyone
hide, duck,
has
and
any
cover, shift
information
blame, let somebody else
about
take
any
the
of
fall.
this, I beg you.
She has been for like 7 or 8 episodes at this point.
Hey, I love you, man.
Michael, the problem in the neighborhood is me. I was brought to the good place by mistake. I'm not supposed to be here.
So we find out at the end of season 1, obviously we're getting into spoilers here.
Holy mother-forking shirt balls. This is the bad place.
Yeah.
The good place is not the good place. Michael is not a good place architect. He is a torture demon who has created a fake good place for them to torture each other.
Oh, sounds like everything's going well back there, too.
We're trying out the new butthole spiders.
Now we have to think about the stakes for Eleanor here. In order to save Chidi and spare Michael, people she's come to care about, she is now standing up and essentially dooming herself to hell.
Right.
To torture in hell. At least that's, as you said, that's not really what's going on, but that's what
That's
she
what she
understands.
thinks
Yeah,
right
and
now,
she's standing up. Why? She's sacrificing for others. See, this is why this show is so compelling, and this is what makes me so mad about so much of our junk food entertainment, where we just enjoy people being bad to each other and treating each other poorly, and it's just ugly and shallow and vapid, and it's just empty calorie junk food entertainment.
Get your finger out of my face!
Why are you hating on all the housewives?
I'm not hating on them, I'm hating on all of the programs that they appear in.
Yeah.
Every last one of them.
Yeah.
Because there's this stereotype that people becoming good and growing is boring.
Right.
That what is juicy drama is people being terrible, and The Good Place is one of many wonderful exhibits saying otherwise. Because the moral dilemmas on this show are so rich and so compelling, and yet it's also so uplifting, honestly, to watch these characters grow. And it has this real sugary and salty balance.
Would someone's foot really fly off their body like that? That was kind of cool. Ethically speaking.
And I love that if we're going to be exploring morality and we're going to be exploring personal growth, we have to keep the audience invested. So we have to make sure it's funny and real.
Yeah.
And so there's just enough of an edge and darkness to everything that it never loses you.
Well, and honestly, that's true to life.
Yeah.
Real life is not all sugary, sweet, and saccharine, and it's not all darkness. It's both. And a lot of times, both are funny.
Yeah.
But what's happening in this scene is Eleanor is really starting to change. What is causing that? I mean, obviously she's getting ethics lessons.
Right. But she doesn't have to internalize the ethics lessons. It starts with self-interest. If you're meeting people and trying to help them to grow, you have to start there because that's usually where they are. If they're in need of growth, if they're lacking compassion, if they're behaving immorally or unethically towards other people, they're usually focused on number one, so meet them there. And in her case, she only starts being good because of fear of consequences. But what happens? It's not just learning the ethics lessons, it's people showing her kindness.
Right.
It's people showing her compassion, extending grace to her. And the thing about showing kindness, compassion, and grace is it has to be balanced with firm boundaries. Because if I extend kindness, compassion, and grace to a person who is used to manipulating others, they're going to see me as an easy mark and a chump and try and play me, unless I'm extending kindness, grace, and compassion while saying, I see you, and you're not getting away with anything. And this only goes so far. And if you try and take advantage of me, I'm going to shut your ass down. And that's what I love about being a therapist and being a parent, honestly. Like both of those things, you give love and you give support, but you also come at it from a position of authority of, I'm also not going to let you walk on me.
Right.
And Eleanor needs that balance, and she gets it from Chidi especially. But as she comes to care about the people around her, she starts to realize, I can't do wrong by them because I don't want to hurt them. And that is personal growth.
I was a good person for 6 months. That's like 5 years. And it felt okay, but not as good as I thought it would. And what did I get for it?
See, now you're talking about moral desert.
Exactly. Wait, I am what?
Moral desert is the concept that if you act with virtue, you deserve a reward.
Right. If I'm not gonna get rewarded somehow with like a tiara or one of those diagonal word bells,
Sash.
sure, then why should I do good things?
You know, I had a friend that said whenever she was doing something bad, she'd hear this little voice in her head, distant little voice saying, oh, come on now, you know this is wrong. And then when she started doing good things, that voice went away. It was a relief.
Your friend sounds like she's one pickle short of a pickle party.
She was a little rough around the edges, but she was also a really good person when she tried. See, I think that little voice was her conscience trying to guide her in the right direction.
I gotta go home. What do I owe ya?
The real question, Eleanor, is what do we owe to each other?
What?
I love the line, what do we owe each other? And this is something that Michael and Eleanor both learned from Chidi, but she's forgotten. It's a long story, plot mechanics, but she's forgotten. And he's helping her get back on track of true morality isn't reward-based. As cheesy as it sounds, and this does sound cheesy, but like doing good is its own reward.
Yes.
But like that's actually true, especially because it's kind of like when you have a task to get done and you keep putting it off, and when you finally do it, it doesn't bother you anymore. It's no longer nagging at you.
Yeah.
It's similar to listening to your conscience, listening to your inner moral compass. When you listen to it, it leaves you alone.
Right.
And you don't wake up going, God, I have a lie, and I hope I've lied, and I hope no one discovers it, or whatever it is.
It just reduces stress.
Being good is for suckers. What do you even get out of it?
A feeling of fulfillment in your soul.
Gross. That's the grossest sentence I've ever heard.
Yes, that is the psychological component of it.
Yeah.
Because the only two ways to reduce stress when you've betrayed your moral compass is to dampen and suppress your morality, which is going to hurt you and keep you from true connection.
Yep.
Or to face the music and make things right. Now we have Eleanor back on Earth visiting her mother, who was neglectful when Eleanor was growing up. A lot of resentment there. Sees that her mother has built a new life for herself with a new family and has money stashed away to run if she needs to. And this is Eleanor's approach.
Diana Tremaine, you little devil. New name, same game.
Fine. Things have been going good with me and Dave, but sometimes I sneak a little bit of cash out of his wallet and I hide it away just in case everything blows up and I need to skip town. Are you happy?
Actually, no, not happy. But I think you are. You're holding on to this exit strategy, telling yourself that you can bail at any time, but the truth is, you love this suburban life.
I don't love it so much. I am not basic. Yeah, basic.
No, Mom. You're basic. And that's okay. Let me ask you something. Why are you wearing yoga pants?
Well, on Tuesday nights, I do restorative yoga with a bunch of moms from Patty's school.
And what do you do after yoga?
We split avocado egg rolls at the Cheesecake Factory. But we also drink.
What do you drink?
Chardonnay. With ice cubes. And after one glass, I get sleepy. So I usually switch to water so I can drive home like a nerd.
It's okay. It's good. You're happy here. But
You need to commit to this, which means getting rid of that stash of escape money. And I think you know what you have to do with it.
Send it to Gene Simmons?
What? No. Spend it on Patricia.
Her
Set
new
up a
daughter,
college fund.
stepdaughter.
Buy her a crib or a car. I truly don't know anything about kids, but this is your chance to break the chain of Shellstrop mother-daughter crappiness. You have a do-over. Use it.
Oh, baby. It seems like you've turned into a really good person, and you clearly didn't get that from me, so props to whoever helped you.
Is there more cash in your bra?
Always. It's why I don't wash them.
I just love that she recognizes I could hold on to the pain from the past and I could be obsessed with, I see people in therapy who are obsessed with justice. It's not fair that the person who hurts me gets to be happy now. It's not fair that they have something that I never had. But Eleanor recognizes that doesn't help anything.
Right.
It doesn't change anything. And even if she set out to destroy her mother's life, it wouldn't make her feel better. And so that grace, that forgiveness, and if forgiveness is off the table, which in some cases it's so extreme that maybe that's the case, but letting go.
Mm-hmm.
Letting go is the healthy, supportive thing to do. And I just love watching Eleanor grow. I also love that she's still Eleanor.
Yeah.
I did a bad job of being in charge of my own life, and now I'm supposed to be in charge of everyone else's life?
So she's now in charge of the Good Place experiment.
I cannot do this.
Trying to fix the entire afterlife.
Mm-hmm.
When I started my experiment, I thought 4 broken bird brains who will believe everything I tell them. This will be a breeze. You beat me in 3 months. Okay, fine, I thought. A fluke. You then beat me 800 more times. Because human beings, it turns out, are weird. And I will never truly understand what it's like to be one. This is a job for a human. One who's tough, but also empathetic, and has a big heart, and a world-class bullshit detector.
That balance.
You think you can't
empathy
do
and boundaries.
Yep.
Eleanor, you're the only one who can do this. Like it or not, the only one who can save humanity is a girl from Arizona.
But everything I do blows up in my face. I'm like a hot, blonde, wily coyote.
That's true. About you making lots of mistakes, not the thing where you sexualize the cartoon. You know how this works. You fail and then you try something else. And you fail again and again. And you fail 1,000 times and you keep trying because maybe the 1,001st idea might work. Now, I'm gonna go and try to find our 1,001st idea. I hope you'll join me. I hope you shower first and then join me.
So, a couple of insights. This show is full of good therapists, even though there's no therapists on screen.
Right.
Because Michael here is doing exactly what a good therapist does, which isn't tell people what they want to hear, make them feel better. It's accurately zero in on what is true and supportive and helpful. Because everything he says to encourage her, he's not bullshitting her.
Right.
Everything he says to encourage her is true, but he's helping her to hone in and see it. And at the start, she avoided responsibility, and now she's stepping fully into leadership, which, if you've never done it before, is actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Like, I love this scene because it's absolutely terrifying, and you feel ill-equipped for it. And I love the notion that all of these mistakes are what has made her who she is. Like the fact that she's developed such empathy and compassion and a big heart in her afterlife. But at the same time, because of who she was in life, she knows when people are lying. Mm-hmm. She knows when people are deceitful. And she also won't let anybody walk on her. And the merging of those two things is what makes her perfect for what she's doing. The point for us is it's never too late.
Right.
Wherever you are in your life journey, you can still acquire all of that. I think of, what I do here on this channel. And before, I would have loved to have been successful in every aspect of my life so I could say, hey, here's how you do it, folks. But I failed. And I failed hard. And I realized that that makes me more powerful and more able to help because I've experienced so much and I've learned and grown from it, that I can help people from where they are to where they want to be. And everything that you have gone through is actually the secret sauce to your success in the years that are to come.
It's actually not hot sauce. It's envy, or the concept of envy. It's really good at Mexican food. It gives it a little kick.
Michael has a thesis statement here that the only way to save the world is you, a girl from Arizona.
Mm-hmm.
And I think what the writers are saying, and certainly the message I took from this, is the only way to save the world is we're all just a girl from Arizona. I look at the problems that the world faces. There's famine, and there's insecurity, and there's
poverty and war, and
there's inequality, and there's hatred and racism and all of these things. And it all just takes small acts from all of us. If all of us just get a little bit better every day, if we all stop being an Arizona trash bag and upgrade to an Arizona dirt bag, if we can all make those little changes every day, we can save the world. That's the mission of this show. That's the mission of our show. And it sounds cheesy and overblown and huge and stupid and like, we're out here to save the world. But we forking are. What's the forking point of any of it if we're not trying to save the world?
So we all need to stop being such deckheads.
In a way, the good place was inside the bad place all along.
You know what? That's technically true. I'm gonna give it to you.
So until next time,
you just casually cited Immanuel Kant.
Korkblork. Oh, I like how the language filter maintains the rhyme. I like that attention to detail.
And watch
The Good Place. Michael Schur will take our check now.
Do you want to go to heaven on earth, the real good place? Join our Patreon. Special shout out to our patrons, folks like
Jason,
Lauren Freya,
Not a Song,
Sierra Roberts,
and Gateway Assassin. Ooh. Is this a person who assassinates gateways, or is like Gateway Assassin like trying weed for the first time?
If you're watching, let us know. Our thanks to all of you, and if you're not a patron yet, it's never too late.
It's never too late to start. You can always make a change for the better.
Why do bad things always happen to mediocre people who are lying about their identities?